so weird being in the party bus business saying like, I hate party buses, but let me explain.
Next up on the Business of Partying show, we have Grant, the owner of Honky Tonk Party Express. He's our day one partner. He has an awesome story to tell. Let's go see him. Grant, thanks for joining me on the Business of Partying show.
Yes, sir.
You are top partner in Nashville, top party bus partner, and you've basically been the day one with Batch.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk origin. Why'd you start this that has now turned into an empire of a bunch of different business verticals?
Well, I will try to make a very long story short. I was originally in the hospitality industry back in 2012 doing golf carts downtown. This was before there was taxis, Ubers, scooters, anything like that. You couldn't get a taxi downtown. So me and another friend started this golf cart taxi business back in 2012. And then I was like, what's something that would be kind of like loud and you know, just would garner a lot of attention and fun. I was like, let's do a party bus. I hate party buses. I absolutely hate them. Like
they're my passion.
The way I know it's so weird being in the party bus business saying like, I hate party buses, but let me explain. It's the way that party buses were designed back in the day was you had this old crappy school bus, had a roof on it, you know, you
smelly.
You typically had the dude with his like, you know, Dell computer, you know, like typing in songs that he LimeWired illegally downloaded. Everyone would we get on like Broadway or into a crowd, they would always try to roll down the window and stick their hand and I'm like, why do we even have a roof on this? That was what I've always thought.
Yeah.
So when I was like, what would I do? I was like, let's do a party bus, but let's make it the anti-party bus party bus. So bought this bus. First thing I did was rip the roof off. Everyone thought I was insanely crazy. And they were like, now what? I'm like, I don't really know, but I'll figure it out. So me and a buddy over the course of one weekend kind of built the bus out, built a bar in the back.
You said a weekend?
A weekend. He was a home builder and he had just finished building a house and he was like, I have some leftover material. And I'm like, bring it.
Oh my God.
Bring it. And I don't build anything. So we built this party bus over the course of a weekend. It was like a proof of concept. I'm like, can we just have something that looks like kind of this crazy idea that I've got? And that's exactly what happened. We built a bar in the back. We built kind of the benches in there. We put a rail on there. And then we had those big boombox Bluetooth speakers that we put in there for sound. And that's exactly how it got started. And for the first year, we didn't solicit. We didn't have a website. We didn't have a logo. We just were like, is this something that we would have fun on? And I probably did 10, 15 of my friends' birthday parties on there just for fun. We were pulling up to some of the bars downtown to kind of just go to the bathroom. And we started noticing that people wanted to ask to come on the bus. And we were like, okay, I mean, we get it, it's cool. So we first started letting people on the bus. And then we were kind of dropping off at the same bar. And we noticed when we kept pulling up, there was a little bit of a crowd. Hey, we heard there's a bus. We let those people on. Well, that turned into, and I'm not kidding, a line of people that heard that there's this party bus going around on Fridays and Saturdays because that's what we were doing. And they would start to line up. So we got smart. We're like, hey, $10. Right. Come on, get on here. And that turned from $10 a head to $20 a head to where we were having to go to the gas station and pick up beer because people were just going through it.
Right.
So that's really when I kind of had the like aha moment of
super grassroots.
It was like, this might be something. Like this was kind of more for me and for fun, but this may be something way bigger in this concept. And maybe people are believing in this stupid idea that I had to have a roofless party bus. So yeah, here are the buses. Yeah, all the buses have horns on them, obviously, because we had to do
armor.
We had to do something so people didn't think that we were driving around school kids downtown.
This spot has done super well.
Yeah, they're killing it right now. So funny story. This is Surfside. We are their #1 selling market for Surfside iced tea, vodka, lemonade. So,
really?
Yeah, it's who would have thunk? Rum Haven, they've been good. Neutral, we love neutrals. And it's kind of a funny story because we have to, the reason it kind of took off is there's no billboards that are allowed to be downtown. Like they're kind of outlawed or illegal, I guess, an overlay. So we have the only rolling billboard that can go through downtown Nashville. So we kind of get all the beverage companies. That's why you see them all wrapped. It's just kind of a fun backstory that kind of organically happened. We didn't even plan on it. Lone River, they were cool. We like them. We just took this bus down to Knoxville to do a UT game day. So we do a lot of like football game day parties. And then what's sad is when the wraps come off, this is what they look like. So I hate it, but yeah, so we're about to rewrap this one, but this is kind of the bus in the raw after a wrap comes off. So a little behind the scenes on that as well too. But so remember when I was telling you I built kind of buses, the first one by hand. We didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
Well, this is the OG right here. This is her. We keep her as more as a reminder, but more as decoration to come in. But this is where it all started. This was the let's just buy a school bus, rip the top off. We got the Christmas decorations here, but we kept her no roof.
Yep.
Anytime I go out, this is what I take. She's the OG.
Really?
She's the
You'll
OG.
be like, all right, we're rolling.
Yeah. So she still runs. She still kicks ass, but I haven't changed anything on her since day one, and I'm going to keep it like that.
How's the sound system?
Oh, it's
Bumping?
fantastic.
Bumping?
Yeah. So, but this is my Uber. When I go downtown, this is my Uber on there.
So you'll literally just take this by yourself downtown to just check
I'll
out?
put friends on it.
That's awesome. Well, you defined a category that I refer to as Transpor-tainment.
Correct.
Like you literally built this concept.
This is true.
By ripping off a roof, putting in a bartender, having a ridiculous sound system in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a new category.
It's a brand new category.
And honestly, a lot of our business has built around this category because we are party buses and party boats.
Yes.
You know? And you were like the pioneer in this space.
I want to say like, what's the Chick-fil-A? Like I didn't create the chicken sandwich. I just, changed how you experience it. I didn't create the party bus. I just changed how you experienced it. You got to remember when I started this, everyone said it would never work. And why are you destructuring is the word, a party bus. So like, it was perfectly fine the way you got it. So I guess sometimes you have to be a little crazy.
We have to pause on that because there's so much more story between when you got going to where it is now.
Yes.
But I would say the other thing that comes to mind is like a theme with our Nashville partners is there was demand of people that wanted to have a fun time.
Correct.
Like it was up to you guys, and a big part of being successful, I think, was just like, let's build an excellent product. And figure that out. And like honestly, for a party bus, it was relatively straightforward. Of like, weather's mostly nice in Nashville. Rip the top off. Right. Being able to drink on the bus and roll around from spot to spot is amazing. Like, it's so fun when you are partying in motion. Right.
And I always equate Nashville to the cruise ship, and the party buses is like the excursion to the cruise ship. So that's kind of, I've always enjoyed that.
And the chicken sandwich reference, you're on fire.
I mean, boom, baby, I got it.
What year was this when you had 4 or 5 buses and like put up a website and we're like, all right, this is a business?
So we started with the first bus in 2016. And I had another job at the time, and that's when we were doing kind of those fun runs during the summertime downtown. And we got in, we did the summer, whatever. We got into kind of the December, January time, and I was like, hey, we should probably just put a website up, so if my friends want to see something, they can tell their friends. So we put the website up. I put a little blog onto it. I had no idea what I was doing with websites at the time. I just knew that you had to have one. I think January, maybe early February, we got the website up, put the blog up, whatever, and then I just noticed I was getting these phone calls, and I was like, I don't know who this is. You get a phone call, you just ignore it. Well, I will never forget it. I kind of walked outside. This was during my lunch break. I answered one of the phone calls, and it was this random girl being like, hey, we saw your website. We want to book a party bus. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. Like, website's working. So we did that.
$500, please.
And I was like, let me call you back after work. And they're like, what? And I'm like, I got to get off.
And figure out how to process this payment, too.
So hung up with her, and then I would say, like 10 minutes later, I see another unknown phone call. And I'm like, pick that up, go outside. And it's other, hey, saw your website, would love to book. I'm like, let me call you back after work. That probably happened, I'm not kidding, on that particular day, 10 to 15 times in a row.
No.
from that point on, man, it was like the phone never stopped ringing. And that's kind of what really kind of put us into the, hey, this may be bigger than a little dumb party bus that we do on the weekends. So it was very shortly after that I just kind of made the transition into full-time, kind of working with the bus, just to really be like, where's this thing going to go? And we went from one bus, we built a second bus, and we built a third bus. And when we were booking them out, I mean, literally when I say every weekend, I was like, I don't know if we need to build one more or 10 more.
Yeah.
And that kind of put me into the mindset of, well, let's just build them till they don't book out anymore. And that's exactly what we did.
That's how you projected the business.
That was it. There was, I want to say I was super smart and there was money and I knew it.
Yeah, like,
I was just like, dude, we were full on Friday and Saturdays off 3 buses. Let's build 3 more until then they just kept getting booked and booked and booked. And that's really how we kind of pushed at least our growth on that side was we'll build them till they stop booking.
And then Batch entered the equation at some point.
Yeah, I think we all met at a Starbucks near my house. What year was that?
Like very early.
It was very, very early on. It was just, the Batch was the sparkle in y'all's eye.
It was an idea.
It was.
2019 maybe, something like that.
It was. And I remember our conversation, y'all explained kind of the process on what was going on and, hey, we've got the site, we want to put you on there. We kind of advertised to, bachelorette groups. And I want to say we were one of the first ones on the site, correct?
Yeah.
If not one of the first ones. Okay.
Yeah,
so.
first city, I think first partner or one of the first partners for sure, and somebody that we were always bouncing the ideas off of, and vice versa.
I'll do that. Give me some coffee.
Because you were a big believer in the concept since day one.
Yeah, 100%. I still am, and so I see a lot of value in what y'all are doing and a platform, to let not only people book on it, but other people, especially with new ideas and concepts that we're always running up the chain.
We're just your testing ground for you recently.
So, and so I see, there's a lot of value into that, and you'll garner a lot of attention and a lot of eyeballs. So yeah, it's very valuable in what y'all are doing, in my opinion.
You've just rocked and rolled it, though. I mean, over the course of launch the marketplace in 2021.
Yes.
So 3 years later and change. I mean, you've always had explosive growth on Batch.
Good. Let's keep it that way, baby. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, like it was incredible and unexpected, but I think it speaks to like the product that you built, and it's like, we'll bring the people. This is a great city, and you've like built a awesome like thematic experience.
Correct.
To just like give them the perfect excursion in Nashville.
It came down to me just talking to a bunch of our guests back in 2017, and kind of the theme that I heard back, they're like, it's our like 2-hour safe space. It's our 2 hours for us just to hang out with our friends, our music, our drinks, and we get to see downtown Nashville in a very cool, unique way, and we get to kind of be center of attention, which in the age of Instagram, we know is
totally.
That's everything, right? That's everything.
Totally. You were the first partner to go from like 0 to like $1 million in a year on the platform. That's a huge deal to us.
Excellent.
And I think seeing that explosive growth really validated the product for us as well, because we were like, okay, party buses are something that we should look for in every single city.
Yep.
We did it around this story of categories that just popped up, Transpor-tainment, for instance. So you have built this category, and now you've basically become like a Nashville brand. When I think of like Honky Tonk, Party Bus Express, like people think of Nashville, they're starting to think of it at this point.
And that's what I tell everyone who visits. And what's very interesting is there for a while, when I was flying or I had friends flying, like, oh, from Nashville, or we just went to Nashville, and they would always say, well, what are you doing? And of course you had the usual, we're going to go to the Tootsies or the Broadways, we're going to get hot chicken, and we're doing a party bus. Like it was almost, it took a little bit, but it's almost like universal now. I would say doing an open air party bus or a Transpor-tainment, we'll say Transpor-tainment, is almost a rite of passage for people coming to Nashville. I don't care if you're a bachelorette party, a corporate party, a weekend getaway. It is a rite of passage. Everyone should do it. It is just as much a piece of downtown Nashville as any of the honky tonks now. And I love it because the business that I'm in, I feel like it is so unique to Nashville. Like you can't really do it, at least in this capacity in other cities. And then you just got Broadway. Broadway is just its own being. And to have that many people and the lights, the sound,
Right.
the neons, it's an experience that you don't get in, I would say, 99% of the places in the country.
And now tell me how many buses you have running.
We have 17 buses in Nashville. We operate 12 at any given time on the road. And so that's why we wanted to say, hey, we love giving the experience of the party bus, but what other value can we bring for the guests to kind of create almost a one-stop shop?
Yeah.
So that's where we have evolved from not just the party buses, but now we do shuttling. So we could be your Uber from your Airbnb to the bus. We launched a merch shop in the last 2 years, so you can get cool hats, sunglasses, all the dress for the occasion. We sell cowboy boots now. We created a custom hat bar so they can get custom trucker hats made, which is really fun when people come in to do for their bachelorette parties. We have a bar now, so you have a food bar.
You bring in a DJ.
Got a DJ.
I had too much fun there.
Every weekend, and then we've got into the Airbnb business. So truthfully, if you were to call, we could almost check almost every single box. If you were to come into Nashville and you want to host a party or have a party, again, you don't have to be a bachelorette. This could be a corporate. This could be a birthday party.
Right.
So, and I feel that that's what we will continue to do, is build on those adjacent markets, building out from the core, because we just want to deliver value and convenience of service for our guests, because that's what it's about.
Grant, hell of a story.
Yeah, man.
You've created a hell of a business for yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's an amazing story to tell and inspiring to anybody who's thinking about becoming an entrepreneur. So I really appreciate you taking the time, my man.
And thank y'all. Appreciate it, man.
Cool. Yes.
The old,
There it is. Let's go.
the old logo. The old logo on the bus.
Yes,
Man,
for
look at
sure. That was V0.
Yeah.
Damn.
Young
Yeah,
and
we
dumb,
we
baby.
have been working together for a long time. Let's go.